Welcome to this Dirty Bomb Redeye First Impressions video. So Redeye's been released today, thought I'd bring you some gameplay and a few thoughts, and hopefully help you decide whether or not he's the right merc for you. So he's kind of an interesting addition, I'd say. Kind of a balance between Artie and Kira and Vasily. So he has access to Vasily's semi-auto rifle, but also access to the Dryce, which is obviously a Kira and Artie weapon. And those are his three main primaries. Secondaries, all pretty standard fare, and he has that new kind of machete-looking knife as well. So the new primary weapon that comes with Redeye, the Grandeur SR, it also feels kind of in between Vasily and, say, Kira. But I have to admit, I find it quite difficult to use. I always felt kind of lucky whenever I hit decent shots with it. I've not checked the numbers yet, so I don't know if it blooms like crazy and maybe slowing down is a better tactic, but every time I used it, I kinda just wished that I brought the Dryce instead. It's got quite a meaty sound, which is okay. I'd prefer a little bit more of a pop to it, but personal preference. So yeah, the Grandeur felt really inconsistent. And as by example, turrets see through that smoke fine. What I did like a lot are these IR goggles. The UI says that it's on left mouse button as default. It's not. It's on your normal ability button. And the smoke grenade, I didn't really find that much of a performance hit. I know some people have reported some issues. I didn't find that myself. And in fact, if it was me, I'd probably buff the length of time that the smoke sticks around by maybe 20%, something like that, and see how that felt. Because at the moment, it seems to dissipate really, really quickly. But it does give some fresh opportunities to attack and defend. So obviously we've played these levels, hundreds of times now, and I found that having that smoke as an option to push behind or blocking the enemy's line of sight, then just standing behind it and firing through it, felt like it was really good fun. So your IR goggles are on a time limit, you can't just run around with them all the time. Your teammates show up as a kind of grey, whereas enemies are bright white. So there's some differentiation while you're actually looking through your goggles. Also, the goggles act as a spotting tool as well. So imagine a scoped version of the Vasily motion sensor. That's basically how you're getting XP. So here's one thing I tried. Using smoke just in front of the EV to give me some cover to try repairing it. Seemed to work okay. I think if you coordinated that with an engineer, it could be quite effective. So the IR goggles are really great for awareness. You just pop them on for a second, if you see any bright white show up, you know there's a problem. You can also turn them on and off quickly, there's no penalty. Although I did notice some slight FPS issues when activating and deactivating them. So now that he's here, I'm certainly glad he's part of the game. I find it entertaining and it helps mix up the game in a sort of positive way, I'd say. Almost the opposite of how I feel about Phantom, to be honest. This feels like it's a bit more positive. So as I also mentioned, the other primary weapons you can have is the Dryce that Artie and Kira have. As soon as I started using the Dryce, this is just going to be my default weapon, I think. Maybe the Grandeur will have a bit of tweaking as well, but until it does, there was never a time when I was using the Dryce that I thought, wow, I wish I had his default weapon again. As far as using Redeye for competitive play, obviously it's very, very early days, but kind of interesting that you can deny line of sight. Gives you means to distract or to allow cover to attack or defenses or any kind of other strategies that you can think of. So am I happy that I spent 50,000 credits on Mr. Redeye? Well, yes I am actually. I think he'll be a good addition to my squad. I don't normally play Vasily. I have him, I just don't get along with him at all. So this is giving me a bit more range, but I think I'll use him mainly as a kind of Kira alternative. So thank you very much for watching this quick first impressions video. It's the first time I've done one of these when a Merc's come out, so I'll be interested to know your thoughts on whether or not you liked it or not. Just something on release day with a bit of footage and a first few thoughts about things. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button, and if you didn't, why don't you leave a comment and tell me why. I'll still be doing other content as well. I've got a video currently in the works about making credits fast, so that should be online soon as well. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at LCTRGames. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. And I'll see you next time. Take care.